How's it going? KK here. I'm an emotional healer who helps tough women to remove anger so they can stop their addictive cycles. So today I'm going to be talking about anger, the layer 2, what I found with myself, that I could not forgive my father from forgiving him throughout a fighting event. So in my last video, I talked about how I deal and heal myself with forgiveness to heal and how to express and release anger with a mirror technique. If you haven't checked that out, the description is down below. So today I'm going to be talking about the second layer that throughout me trying to forgive my father, and it was blocking from something, right? Something to forgive. So I found out the biggest event that happened was when I was 8 or 9. I got home from school and my dad wanted me to do something and I refused. And the end result is I get beat up so bad, and then he threatened me to kick me out of the house. And of course I kneeled down, begged, cried. He did it anyways, so throw me out of the house. And then I was crying out so loud, and then the entire building was echoing with my voice. After that, every time I have a fight with him, that memory will be just vividly engraved in my mind. I would just play it over and over. I researched that online. It was like something like PTSD. But that's that. So how I did was same thing, the mirror technique. I look into the mirror, into myself, eye contact, and then I ask myself, okay, so A and B and C. A is me, like the me outside of the scene. B is the one that was like 5 years ago, like 5-year-old me, and then C is my dad when I was 5-year-old, right? So it's kind of difficult when I first did the technique because it was really long ago and that pattern's been there forever, and it was really hard for me to get to the point of forgiving my father, but I tried to do it anyways. So my first round of trying was I told my dad, okay, so like I'm just a kid, I'm like 5, 6, I mean, like I want to play, right? And then he told me about this perspective. Oh, you got school, like you're in China, like the school you're in is like a very important school, and then you get like a lot of homework. I don't want you to, stay up all night long just to do homework. So I want you to get off school at like 5:30, and then got home at like around 5:45. I want you to go to like take a shower real quick, and then start doing some homework, and then eat dinner, and then do more homework, and you can sleep at 9. So that's his perspective. But for me, I just want to play. So I told my dad's perspective to the 5-year-old me until he understands. And then I told my 5-year-old me's perspective to my dad. And then I hold that scene for a bit so I can get a really clear picture of they both understand each other now. But I still couldn't forgive my father, because what that happens is from the anger, forgiveness, there's an extra thing that came out from it, because that my father shut me out when I was 5-year-old, when I begged and he did not let me in for another 5 to 10 minutes. It felt forever. So that become an abandonment issue for me. So whenever somebody say no to me or reject me, I will feel like I'm abandoned. Like I'm abandoned from their life, or from friendship, from relationship. So that's something I put a note on. Okay, so now I found abandonment. I did not even know that. So so that's what I put a note to her and work on it later on. So I did the same thing. I kneel down and talked to the little me. I say, hey, our dad didn't know what to do back then. That's the only way he was taught, and that's the only way he know how to react. Can you forgive him? Like, I know you're angry with him, but that was his perspective, and that's the only way he know how to do it. So, anyways, I love you anyways. I love you unconditionally. Can you forgive your dad? The answer is no for the, I don't know, first 10 to 15 times. I did that almost every night. But you know, for forgiveness from inside actually takes time, if especially for events like that much, that such a big thing. It actually took me about 1 to 2 years. I just have to do it every like maybe 2 times a week. If not, if something happened, like some other events happen in my life, then I will extend that period for a little bit and maybe like do it once every 2 to 3 weeks. And it takes a lot of courage, because when you're like dealing with events like that in your past, like a childhood trauma, this memory, it's always there. Whether you change it or not, it's always there. But if you change it, even though you know the events, what happened was unchangeable, but you change something in your memories, so then you could change how you feel or how you look at certain person at certain time, and you look at them differently. You can look at in a different perspective. I don't mean by if you don't look at different perspective now, you could totally disagree with that, but it's just different. It's like your inner child. It's like the little you can look at it differently. So I did that throughout the years, and then it happens one day. I was doing the same thing. Just meditate and go back into the event. Like every little step, little pieces, every little emotion or facial expression from the little guy, it matters so much to me. And one day, I was hugging him. I was telling him I love you anyways, no matter what happens, no matter how he cheated or anybody cheated you like shit. And I asked him, can you forgive your father? And he said, yeah, I guess I can. That's when I think most of that memory can be done, can be fade away. It doesn't need to be keep playing in my head anymore. Every time I think or I engage with him in a similar situation, I won't be as mad. I can understand from his perspective, and I also respect my own boundaries and with his boundaries. If he go past that, then I know he's trying to piss me off. Anyways, that worked out so fine. And after that, maybe like 1 to 2 days after that, I talked to my dad. I was like, Dad, I know this happened. Like, we had a really huge fight. I could not go to your company. I could not go to your clinic. It's because this event in the past happened. And every time we fight or I get beat up from you after that event, it doesn't mean that it's the same thing over and over, but in my mind, it plays it over and over. So I actually confront him with the truth, and I said, so every time I fight with you or you try to engage or fight with me, this happens in my head. No matter if you fought with me or not. And he's like, oh, that was the only one-time thing. But I'm like, okay, so that's a one-time thing for you, but it's like an endless loop of memories that's going in my head. So, and then I told him, but what I did, the memory trick a little bit, not as descriptive, because parents, they are not really open to this kind of techniques. But I told him that I tried some ways and I learned how to forgive him. He didn't seem very happy at the time when I told him, but he seems a little convinced that I actually worked through it a little bit, because after that I could actually show up in his clinic, even though it's not a long period of time. Oh, I stay around and I help them up. No, I go there. I'm like, hey, Dad, hey, how's it going? Like, I can come to see you now, even though it's like 5 minutes. I mean, those time will go longer and longer, but right now 5 minutes. Hey, I'm gonna hang out with my friends now. I'm just here to see you. Bye. That's all I did. And my addiction to my addictive patterns to alcohol and gaming was soon disappeared. I could not find the meaning to drink anymore. I just don't feel like drinking. And my addictive pattern of gaming, I could not think of why should I play that game? Like, it's so boring now. Like, I lost the track or the sense of playing, even though I have a lot of friends there. I lost all that. So I think it's possible for us to heal our anger and emotions, just to break the cycles. So now I help people heal their addictive patterns. Let me help heal yours. Thanks for watching, guys. I see you guys around, and give me a thumbs like, share, follow. Thanks. Anyways, I see you guys. Bye.